Hey boys and girls, and welcome into today's video. And I just wanted to say thank you again for all of the support recently on the channel. Now guys, this video actually was filmed over the course of 2 days, and I am going to be doing that for a reason, because yesterday I had a very busy day with it being my birthday, and there is so much information that I need to bring to your attention in this video. So if you are a shareholder of AQB, then do be sure to stick around and watch this entire video all the way through. Don't skip it, because there is so much information and there is a lot of risk with this company. The company have also filed a new SEC filing, and they did announce recently that there have been some problems in the company, something that I had not realized had really impacted this company. But having said all of these things, there are many good reasons to still invest in a company such as AQB. So in this video, I am going to be bringing you my full thesis, my good, the bad and the ugly, because there is a lot of things to discuss. And I have to shout out and say one thing just before we get started. If you do see anyone in the comments spamming a WhatsApp number with the same name as me, guys, it is fake. There are so many scammers out there. Don't get scammed, don't be fooled. If anyone is trying to reach out and say contact you or Dr. blah blah or Frank on WhatsApp and this is a number, don't contact that person. It is a scam. They are trying to get your money. So again, people can actually make an account with my name. The reason that you will know that it's me replying in the comments to you and not a fake person with my name is I will actually be highlighted. So I will bring an example up on the screen now. So if you see me highlighted with Invest Jace and I'm highlighted, then that means that it is me versus someone that doesn't have that highlight. So that's just something I just wanted to make sure that you guys are protected. And I did want to give you guys a quick update because the markets are extremely red at the minute. We have had 2 very red days in the market, and I just want to tell you guys that you should not be scared when it is red days. The market has to work like a rubber band. There has to be give all the time. We cannot go up because we are going to come down. So this is really healthy, and I love red days because I want to teach you guys to buy on those red days. So guys, if you do have a list of your favorite stocks, make sure you're popping them on your watch list. Make sure you are setting yourself with alerts and strike prices so you know, and you're giving yourself a target of when you want to get into some of these plays, because on days like today, when there are actually dips in the market of 5 to 15%, you can go onto that watch list, you can get your alert out, you can see that your stock has dropped 10%, and you can buy your favorite stocks at a discounted price. Now this is going to be really good because it's going to help you in the long term become a better investor. It's going to stop you from getting FOMO, that fear of missing out, and obviously you're going to be investing correctly. AQB is a stock that you guys know I'm extremely bullish on, and I did actually just watch an entire interview even on my birthday today with Sylvia Wolf on YouTube. And now this interview was conducted about 5 to 6 months ago. Now she is the CEO of AQB, which is AQUA Bounty Solutions. So guys, if you don't know much about this company, then do be sure to check out this video above that I will link, because I did do a full breakdown about what their company is. Now they actually did recently do a share dilution, as you guys know, which is why we had a lovely pullback in that share price to around the $8.50 mark. So I was aware that we were going to have a breakdown around the $9 mark all the way down to about $8.50, because this is where the share dilution was announced. Now on top of this, with these 2 red days that we have seen today and of course yesterday, we actually have just placed ourselves under, and we have hit that lovely support area of about $8. Now guys, I do expect this stock to be quite volatile because they are in those kind of pre-revenue stages. They actually are selling Atlantic salmon right now in Canada, but they have set up another base in the United States. So I'm going to dive into my computer right now and read you a few things and go through some of the bear cases as to why this stock does hold a lot of risk, and why we may actually see a breakdown from the current share price, and we may actually see it go all the way as low as about $6. So I just want to make sure that you guys are aware of these risks again, because I got your back, and that is what this video is for. So if you do find value at any point, then be sure to give this video a like. Let's dive into my computer. So guys, this is the SEC filing. It did take me quite a long time to go through, so feel free to go through it. It's on their website. This was brought out in the 1st of February, so not too long ago. I hadn't actually realised that they had said that they are experiencing some delays in their capital projects due to the pandemic, including a delay in the completion and the processing facility at the Indiana farm, which I had spoken about in one of my last videos. They also said that we have also seen a reduction in both the demand and market price for Atlantic salmon due to the impact of the pandemic in the food service channel. in the industry, specifically on restaurants. Well, that is obviously, as we know, because a lot of restaurants are closed right now due to lockdowns that are happening in Canada and the US. So they're saying that this has impacted our scheduled harvests and thus reduced our revenues and increasing our inventory in biomass. So what they're saying is that instead what they've done is they've stored this, but because their storage facility started to get so full because they had to harvest all of these fish, they're actually saying that the company is currently exploring options to potentially reduce its excess inventory through donations of fish to local foods and charities, who have also experienced unprecedented demand to feed families. So that's quite nice. They are obviously a very generous company. In order to do that, they're not just going to throw this fish and let it go to waste. So that also lets me know that they are, they do have a great CEO and they are thinking, again, of other people during this time. So that's always something that is really nice to know when you are investing in a company, whether they actually are very humane or not. And as you guys know, I do love to invest into those green companies. They are actually involved in a $3.4 billion industry, which is the Atlantic salmon industry. And that was back in 2018. I do expect that the demand for salmon has probably gone up since then. So this would probably be closer in my eyes to around about the $5 billion mark now that we are 3 years on, because the world population is always increasing. So this company do have a $500 million market cap. So that tells me that we do have a lot of room to grow. And again, once we do have that Indiana farm that does open up supposedly in 2023, which is a long way off, then that could be good. Now, one piece of information that I also do want to point out to you is the fact that the top 10 owners of AQUA Bounty Technologies, one of them is actually ARK Invest. Now, ARK Invest do actually own a 15% stake in the company. So that tells me that I don't need to worry as much about this position moving forward, because ARK Invest are still heavily invested in this company. And I will go on to more detail about that later on in this video. Also, you can see that we do have the Vanguard Group and also BlackRock are also investing in this company. So that does give me some confidence as an investor that these large institutions are still holding them. So that was just some information that I wanted to bring to your attention. I do believe with that share dilution that they had raised over 100 million, that is going to help them to weather the storm of this pandemic moving forward, and they will put that capital to good use. But they are still burning through cash at very high rates, which also does concern me as an investor. So I always want to make sure that you guys are aware this company does still hold some risk, and that's why it's always really important, because in such circumstances like a pandemic, we may have to actually go back to the drawing board and reevaluate whether our investments are worth holding on to in a company such as AQB. And this is just what happens. But they also have many underlying assets, and this could be a great contribution to humanity. And moving forward, governments really could start to get involved to fund projects like this, because we are actually overfishing right now at unprecedented levels, which brings me to say this. Now guys, this company is going to play a crucial factor in the world running forward, in my opinion. This is because 90% of fisheries right now are overfishing the world's oceans. So fishing cannot be sustained the way that we are currently fishing the oceans. So something has to be done about it. So this company doesn't have any competition right now as of yet, and they are working on genetically modifying other types of fish as well as salmon. And you guys know that it is unsustainable to fish salmon that are farmed outside in the oceans, because it does actually lead to carbon footprint and it also marine pollution. And guys, they actually have a lot of diseases, and of course there's things like leeches and bugs and things and pests that can get onto these salmons. So obviously AQUA Bounties raise these Atlantic salmon inside these incubated pens, and what that does is it allows them to be antibiotic free and also completely free of pesticides and all of those types of things that we don't want to have in our foods. So guys, they are actually going to be leading in this market. They do want to take on some of the largest market caps in the world that import salmon, such as China, who are the second largest consumer of the salmon fish. So this is really important moving forward for them, because I believe that it is just a short-term thing in the next year or two, once they actually build this brand new plant that they have based to build in Indiana, which is going to be built hopefully over the next few years. Now guys, this is a 10 metric ton unit facility, so this is really big, because it's about 10 times bigger than some of their other plants right now. So this is going to allow them to really capitalize, and they actually have their salmon growing at a 70% faster rate than you would be able to fish it from obviously doing it naturally. And that is because they are genetically modified fish that grow within the space of 16 to 18 months, whereas if you were going to farm that, it would take you anywhere between 28 and 36 months. So this allows them to have a 70% advantage over their fisheries and their competitors that would actually fish things naturally. So guys, this is one really good aspect to their business. But as I have discussed previously, we are not sure how this pandemic is going to weather out, and that does also present some underlying risk for this company moving forward, and they do not know themselves how this is going to affect the company moving forward. So guys, always make sure that you are aware of these risks if you are investing in a company like AQB. And I do also want to point out that ARK Invest are still holding all of their shares. They are actually on the 42nd highest holding right now on the ARKG ETF. So guys, I just want to let you know that Kathy Wood is still as bullish on the stock as she has been. She has over 8 million shares in AQB. So I do want to let you know that I'm still holding on to my shares, and anywhere personally below $8 that I see for a big dip, I can potentially average my position down. Now we do actually have another layer of support underneath around the $6.50 range. So if we do have any dips, then that is where I would like to see myself buying back in to average my price down to get an average of around $7. So that is just something I wanted to point out to you. Always know that this is not financial advice. I am just telling you what I am doing with my money, and always make sure to do your own due diligence and research on a stock. Never buy a stock just because you've watched a YouTube video on it, guys. You always want to make sure you have done your background research, because your money is at risk. And of course, you always want to make sure that you are not gambling, because we want to be long-term investors. So guys, I'm going to be holding this stock for the long term. I do see a bright future for AQB, and I do have a double-digit price prediction, which does allow me to tell you that I did look up the price predictions for this stock. There is actually 3 price predictions right now on AQB with a highest estimate of $15 by the end of the year. So if we do actually manage to catch that upside, that's going to allow us about an 80% profit margin between now and of course December. So that is something that I'm looking forward to, and I do hope that they are able to capitalize on this. Again, it will all depend what happens on their earnings. We do have earnings out next month, so I will keep you guys updated. I do think that with the scale of the pandemic, things are obviously not moving as fast for a lot of businesses around the world. So I'm just going to stay patient, stay on track, and if they do have any drops in their share price, then I will slowly start to average my position in, depending on how far they drop down. Like I said, if we do see them dropping down anywhere below to that $6 range, then that is when I'm going to be averaging my position down, so I can get a nice average of about $7, which will allow me to have a double up hopefully by the end of this year, because if we do go above $14, then that is great news for us, because we are going to be having a 2x position with this stock. So that is just a little update for you guys. I just wanted to let you know what I'm doing with this stock and how I'm currently feeling. I just wanted to make sure that you were aware of these risks and know that none of this could happen at all, and they could actually see a big drop in that share price, and we may not see double digits for a very long time. But we really don't know, and no one does hold that crystal ball, and if we did, we would all be millionaires. I'm not worried at all about the daily fluctuation of the noise that the stock market brings, because it is so normal and healthy to have red days, and like I said, it allows us to buy those stocks on sale. So guys, if you did find any value in this information, then be sure to give it a like and hit that red subscribe button below if you did make it this far. I look forward to seeing you guys back on my channel soon for some more content on investing. I'll see you guys back here soon, and ciao.